In section 10.10, we're going to explore something called the no-load saturation curve. So we're going to look at this transformer without a load connected to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to ramp up the voltage on the primary. And when we do that, we're going to see that the mutual flux increases, to a certain point. And we'll look at what that looks like on a curve, and we'll also associate the equation that gives us a method to quantify that. So let's look at this. So as we're exploring this, what we've got here is this figure 1014. It's called a no-load saturation curve for a 167 kVA, 14,400 kilovolt primary, 480 volt secondary. Very common voltage combination that you see on a power transformer, by the way, and it's a 60 hertz transformer. Okay, so down here on the x-axis, we're graphing the excitation current, and we looked at that, through our figures earlier of, what that current is defined as. And I'll scroll through here right quick, just to sort of let you know what we're talking about, right? Here is that current, right there. And then here's the total primary current, and this is I sub 1, the current going into the positive of the primary. But anyway, just to redefine those, and also point out this X of M and R sub M that we're going to explore. And let me get back to where we were here. All right, so here we are here. So on the x-axis, we have the exciting current, and on the y-axis, we have the primary voltage. And so, that's what we're looking at here. We see that this equation tells us that as the voltage increases, and all these stay the same, then the flux, the mutual flux, is going to increase in direct proportion with the voltage. Okay, so the exciting current will also increase, but when the iron starts to saturate, and that's where we're looking at right here. Okay, so here's this curve, and through, the biggest part of this, we see this almost linear relationship with the increase in excitation and, voltage, on this part of the curve, that's almost what we'd call almost linear, right? And then as that core material starts to saturate, then that's where we see this leveling off, or what's commonly called as the knee of the curve occur. Okay, so transformers are generally designed to operate at a peak flux density of 1.5 Tesla, and that normally corresponds to the knee, where it starts to bend, of the curve. Thus, when the nominal voltage is applied to a transformer, the corresponding flux density is usually about 1.5 Tesla. We can exceed the nominal voltage by perhaps 10%, but if we were to apply twice the nominal voltage, the exciting current could become even greater than the nominal full load current. Okay, so current, this is increasing, but at the same time, this is saturated, so there's only so much flux that it can, accommodate. So out in this region, I keep increasing the voltage, right? But as the excitation increases, we're not getting the return, on this portion of the curve, because of the saturation that's occurring. Now, he says this nonlinear relationship between E sub T and I sub O, nonlinear right here, right? Nonlinear portion is shows that the exciting branch, that was that R sub M, and the X sub M that we looked at, that little parallel branch that looks like this, and we explored that. You know, this is the I sub O that comes through there. You know, we looked at that earlier. You know, in our study of everything, and so you know that it's not as constant as it appears. In effect, though R sub M is reasonably constant, X sub M decreases rapidly with increasing saturation. What does that mean? Okay, so you know, think Ohm's law. Okay, think about Ohm's law. So you know the voltage and the current. So I'm increasing the current, right, and it's getting larger and larger. That's happening down here. Okay, but when I do that, you know, the voltage isn't changing much, is it? So, you know, it's increasing slightly, but it's a small amount. Therefore, this X of M value, you know, it gets very low. It's very low. You know, between here and here, you know, it's pretty high, but when it starts to flatten out, that value becomes very low because of what's going on here. Current increases, but not getting the linear relationship with the voltage. So X of M becomes very small, and it decreases rapidly with increasing saturation, okay? And we're talking about this portion. So, man, I've written all over this, haven't I? And then what do we say about that? And you know, we talk about is it constant? Well, most transformers are designed, and it's stated on their nameplate that they should operate at close to rated voltage. Okay, so whatever that rated voltage is, in this case it's here. All right, and you know it says 14,004, so that's about right here, right, in this. So, you know, at the rated voltage, we're still pretty much in the linear part of the curve. So what we can say there is that R sub M and X sub M stay pretty constant. R sub M is going to stay constant regardless, right? I mean, it's a resistive element. But the X sub M, a reactive element, you know, this part of that, you know, it's going to change. You know, it's variable because of this, you know, and we think about, you know, that part of it, of the curve where it gets very low. But at this point, you know, it pretty much stays the same because it's linear. So, you know, just a couple of observations, and looking at the figure 1014. And so at the end of the day, you know, we ask that important question, so what? Well, the so what of this is transformers, because they have a nominal voltage, are designed to operate at a certain point. And that point is right here. And the reason for that primarily is all this other stuff that we talked about. And we always want to operate an electrical machine at the point where it is most efficient. And that is going to be here, and that is designated here. Thanks for watching.